nuptials of Cook and Matt Swingle. I'm Jenna Wasserman, and I will be officiating tonight. First, I'll start by saying, most of you seem to have figured it out, judging by the number of phones I see, but Rob and Matt want everybody to take pictures and video, take as much as you want, as much as you can, and then put it on social media with the hashtag RobandMatt2017.
Or Big Gay Wedding
Or
Zanesville.
Big Gay Wedding Zanesville. But add the Zanesville, because there are a lot of big gay weddings.
Somebody's a Big Gay Wedding.
But none bigger or gayer than
In
this.
Zanesville.
Yes. Compared to most of you, I haven't actually known Matt and Rob that long. About 4 years ago, one of my best friends from law school, Jillian, thought that it would be an okay idea for me to meet her theater friend. And so I immediately took to Matt and Rob. I am 100% sure I gave them absolutely no choice about our friendship. I forced myself upon them, and here I have remained. And as soon as I met them, I just knew I needed them in my life permanently. That wasn't just because my first experience with them was Matt mentoring me while Rob hit on me at the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee at CCT. I mean, that might have helped. Rob's a quality stumbler.
It was cool.
But in all seriousness, I'm really honored to be here with the people that they hold most dear as we get to watch them officially be married. The Supreme Court decision that finally gave Matt and Rob the right to do this concludes by stating, "No union is more profound than marriage, for it embodies the highest ideals of love, fidelity, devotion, sacrifice, and family. In forming a marital union, two people become greater than once they were." Matt and Rob fit this definition perfectly. They have the most selfless and purely loving hearts of any two people that I know. They love unabashedly. They are an amazing team in every sense of the word. Together they have raised an amazing son, and they've been able to successfully parent a special needs dog. They also co-parent 2 spoiled cats. In all honesty, if you need to understand what love and true partnership are, you have only to look at Matt and Rob. In true Cook Swingle style, they have each selected something to read, and we will begin the ceremony with those readings. And also in true Cook Swingle style, Matt will obviously go first.
Do you know what? Someone's got to be the headliner.
Do you have enough light?
Yes, I'm good, thank you. I love you, you said.
Got a sentence out, that's
And
good.
I waited for the but instead came your arms. Oh, I can't read what I said. No matter what. And another thing I found was he and I, when words run dry, he does not try, nor do I. We are on par. He is just him, I am just me, and we are just waiting.
Ditto. I have more of a story, sort of how we kind of met. Let's see. When we first talked about doing this, I fretted a lot about what to say. Should I write something? I'm fretting right now. Should I write something? Should I find a poem? Or maybe a song, you know, like, why God, why? What kind of fool am I? Highway to hell? Nothing seemed quite right. So I thought, well, maybe I should tell a story, something to humanize Matt. I know what you're thinking, I know. Oh, no, impossible. How can that be? Isn't he a terrible fiend bent on world destruction? No, not so. Here's the story, a true story. Okay, so I will take you back to New Year's Eve, 1999. Now, many of you are old enough to remember the hoopla surrounding Y2K and we're going into the new millennium and it's just going to be the best. Well, I was living in Chicago at the time, And it was New Year's Eve, and I went out early to try to celebrate this momentous occasion. And I just wasn't feeling it. I went to a few early parties, and everyone was just trying to have so much fun. You know, it was very off-putting. So I don't like fun. So I went home before midnight, and I sat in my apartment by myself, and I watched. I don't know if any of you were home, but PBS was running this fabulous thing where they were showing all the celebrations around the world. Prague and London, all their fireworks. It was really, really cool. So I was sitting there and I was thinking, I just can't sit at home for this momentous, fantastic, event of humankind. So I've got to do something. So what I finally decided to do was I wrote down the 3 things I wanted to happen. In the upcoming year. So I wrote them down. I clearly haven't had enough wine yet.
Do you need one?
So I wrote them down on a piece of paper. I rolled up the piece of paper and I put it in an empty bottle. I had a few empty wine bottles around. I'm sure that surprises no one. So I put it in the bottle. My apartment in Chicago at the time was very near the lakefront, which is why I liked it while I was there. So I had about 20 minutes. So I grabbed my bottle, I bundled up, I hightailed it over to the lake. Now you are all probably smart enough to know what I was planning to do. Well, I get there and I have a few minutes to spare. And I think the wine had something to do with it, but I decided, okay, I need to do this naked. So there I am at the lakefront in Chicago. It is December 31st. It's 10 degrees out. I'm buck naked with my bottle with my wishes. It was something about wanting to come into the millennium pure and So, at the stroke of midnight, this is all true, by the way. At the stroke of midnight, the church bells are ringing, Navy Pier, the fireworks are going off. It's Chicago, so there's 15 other people naked along the shore. Doing the same thing I'm doing. Stroke of midnight, I throw the bottle in the water. Okay, so then I sort of forget about it. Well, then we're into February of 2000 now. I meet Matt at a party. He's there from Columbus. Friends of his were there in Chicago for this big party that we were at. I meet him there. We start talking. Well, you know Matt. He talked. I listened. He told me he worked with computers, and we were talking about Y2K, and I rolled around to what I had done for New Year's. He didn't say a lot after that. Upon further reflection, I realized, well, yeah, it's kind of odd, I guess. But after that, he went back to Ohio. Well, we continued to talk. We talked on the phone, we emailed each other, and finally we decided, maybe it'd be nice to see each other some more. So I booked the next flight to the exotic-sounding Philo, Ohio. Actually,
He didn't fly direct.
Actually, I flew into Columbus. That was when you could go round trip. Do you remember that? Chicago to Columbus for $80. I know. Now it's crazy. But so I booked the flight. This is the first time I've come to Ohio to see Matt. So he meets me at the airport in his truck, picks me up at the gate. We walk back to the truck. I get in the truck. He hands me a bottle. And rolled up in it. This is the actual.
I could if you wouldn't have done that. This is not waterproof. This is the bottle that you threw in the lake on New Year's Eve. It found its way to my door. Attached to the bottle was a note giving me the task of making all your wishes come true. I have accepted the task. I hope I can make all your dreams and wishes come true, plus make you feel like the happiest and most loved person in the world. Love, Matt.
And he has. The end. I'm a pack
That was
rat.
coming.
Well, no one warned me about that either.
So how are we going to top that?
I can't top that other than the fact that I'm going to actually marry them. That's going to happen right now. 17 years ago, the two of you started on a journey that was neither planned or expected. As you realized that you wanted to be together and create a life together, you signified your commitment to each other by exchanging these rings that you've worn for almost 17 years. I ask you this evening, do you reaffirm your commitment to continue your journey by continuing to wear these rings?
I do.
You may re-exchange your rings. By the power vested in me by the state of Ohio, I now pronounce you legally married. I believe you two know what to do next.